Hi, my name is Nayrouz. I'm 36 years old. I'm the founder of EGOCOMM. I was raised in Italy all my life. I went to this international school called Marymount where I got to meet a lot of new people and different cultures. And then by the age of 18, I moved to college in Egypt to learn my language and to get to know my country a little bit more. I don't know how to balance home and work, but I am lucky enough to have a very supportive husband, someone who can actually take care of my son when I'm out. And I think that's the basic sort of infrastructure of what a good and healthy marriage is. And I think my marriage is what's helping me balance home and work. So I don't have a particular inspiration when it comes to motherhood and being able to sort of like a mompreneur, like you say. I do, however, remember how hard my mother used to work when I was growing up. Me and my brother, we used to sort of babysit each other, depending on who was more mature that day. And she used to know how to work till late and cook for us. She'd cook every single meal, which I don't know how she does that. I pretty much just live off home delivery, and she used to take care of us, and we'd go shopping with her. The day seemed so much longer back in the day. Today, I can't really duplicate my mother's sort of capability of balancing both worlds. But I did make a very smart business decision. I married my husband, and again, my husband's the one who is super supportive of my business life. I considered it several times. Many times I considered to leave everything and just go off. Actually, last year we made an announcement that EGOCOMM, the company, is looking for a managing director so that I could actually stay at home, because I felt like I was missing out on a lot of things that my son was going through, and that kind of made me feel guilty. But then I realized that a lot of what I do here is actually because of him. So it's just about understanding the motive and just going with it. You're gonna mess up sometimes and you're gonna forget a few, plays, and you're gonna forget to, buy certain shoes for certain events that he needs to go to, and this happens to me all the time, by the way. But ultimately, that doesn't make you a bad mother. I think that's my number one advice, because I see a lot of moms who are very harsh, a lot of working moms who are very harsh on themselves, and they think that they've completely sacrificed their motherhood. I think it's a very big and important part of your son or your daughter's education is for him or her to see you actually develop your own career and actually be inspired by you. That's good. A lot of people think I'm living my life. I'm immersed in Gucci and Chanel and Cartier and free trips and free everything, and that's maybe a little bit of it is true, but it's really actually a lot about working very hard. It's an extremely competitive market. I don't want to bring up gender, but sometimes it gets a little tricky to be a woman, like we've just been saying, a woman, a working mom, trying to also compete with very fierce men in the market who want to take part of the whole industry. You know what I mean? So I think the misconception is that I got it easy, and it's not easy at all. Oh, you really studied this. Okay. How did I manage to mix? I didn't manage. My parents were pretty much doing that. It was almost a dictatorship when it came to that, because when I lived my entire life in Italy, and every single day my mother would have to remind me that you're Egyptian. We have different customs. You can have fun. You can go out. You can do everything you need to do. But there are certain things that I think you need to keep for yourself, and you need to explore them in the way that we know how to deal with, as your parents. So and I followed them. I actually do enjoy our customs. I think it. The older I get, the more I understand certain things in our culture that actually, if done right, if it's not done in a off way, I think it gives you the sense of integrity and that sense of sort of like self-preservation, and And I'm not talking about sex, by the way. I'm just talking in general. Um, the challenges are not gender related. They're mostly about the market. Post-revolution, Egypt has undergone a huge transition, both politically and economically, and even socially. The amount of different people who have suddenly decided to start businesses has, in a good way, has caused sort of a positive sort of momentum in the market, but in a bad way has also introduced things that don't have a very strong infrastructure. The challenge here is I'm trying to do something that has a structure, has a system, has a vision and an ultimate goal, and it's challenging when you do that amongst people who may not know what they're doing. Obviously, there are a lot of people who know what they're doing, but you are also surrounded by a lot of new, fresh, young, sort of wannabe entrepreneurs. That's challenging. That's a cheeky question. Yes, of course, women are prettier, obviously. Women smell nicer and they look nicer, and when a woman walks into a room and smiles, I think it's much better than any guy, unless the guy is really, really handsome, you know, which we don't have in this market. I can tell you that for a fact. I personally like to hire women because they're detail-oriented and they're extremely presentable. They just care about the way they look, you know, like yourselves as well, you know what I mean? So it's a matter of, I think women are much more into their presentation, and I think in a business like mine, which is very image related, it's PR, it's dealing with a lot of clients, people who actually are here to improve their image, which means they're going to judge you by the way you look. It does help to a certain extent. Absolutely. I think the market is now just set up for women, and I think many and men would agree, because I have a lot of male friends. A lot of them are starting to sit at home. You know, they're stay home dads. I know a lot, because the women's opportunities are opening up, and they have proven to be extremely dedicated, strong, and loyal to the companies that they work at. You wish. um, no, I'm nice. I'm nice for sure. I think you'd have to ask the team, but I'll tell you what I am for sure is unlike, because I sit with a lot of male colleagues, and they always question my. They call me too kind, in the sense that sometimes when someone doesn't go along with our vision, I give them more than the regular chance to improve. It's a nurturing thing. I think this is also since I became a mom. Maybe years back I would have been like, okay, goodbye, you know. But today I feel like it is important, because I've seen the result of actually helping someone, like my kid, my son. I've seen the result, and I've seen how someone can improve if you actually help them. So I treat the team, I don't want to say like I'm their mom, but you know. That's true. But I treat the team almost like they're my extended family. Hopefully on an island with my son and my husband, you know, enjoying the fruits of the crazy work you're seeing around you right now. Don't change because people around you are. I know how to rap.